Before you finalize that ticket, before you set that roster, you need the edge. Welcome to the 1 hour window that separates the winners from the losers. We're diving deep into the spreads, the over-unders, the value plays, and the sleepers you must start. Stop guessing and start winning. This is the Gridiron Gurus, providing the ultimate NFL advantage exclusively on the Empty the Bench Network.
All right, everybody. Good morning. Hey, Nick. Hopefully, Michael pops back in a couple minutes. His power went out. That's bad timing, but what are you supposed to do? But we've got a good show for you guys today. For all the 44 that are watching right now, thanks for tuning in. Let's start this up here. Please remember to, I need to edit that. Please remember to follow us on YouTube at YouTube Network, and follow the show at TFB Forecast UTB. I always usually mess that up, but I got it right this time. But we've got a good show for you guys today. Starting with probably the one that shocked everybody. But that one is Maxx Crosby is back with the Raiders. Here's Michael. Hopefully I can.
He made it.
Good. Nice job.
I had to put my personal hotspot on. So
I'm here. I'll hang out with you guys.
That works.
It's
all
just random. It just went out. My bad, guys.
Hey, you're here. That's the important thing.
Hey, what do they say? That's the blessing of live shows.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. But Maxx Crosby is back with the Raiders after, for a couple of days, being traded to the Baltimore Ravens. He failed his physical. So he was traded to the Ravens, like on March 6th or something like that. March 6th or March 7th.
Last Friday.
So last Friday, that was March 6th. And then,
yes.
And then he failed his physical March.
A couple days ago. Yep.
13th, something like that. Mm-hmm. And so for a couple of days, the Raiders would have had 1-14, which I thought would have been great, because contrary to everyone's, belief in the NFL world, the Raiders are going to take Fernando Mendoza. And if you had 14, that would have been a great spot to take a weapon for him, like a wide receiver, or, I don't want to say tight end, because Brock Bowers is one of the greatest tight ends in the NFL right now.
If he can stay healthy.
If he can stay healthy, yes. Ashton Genty is a good running back. Clint Kubiak did say that he wants to get a second man in there. It's interesting to what's interesting is I don't know if this is if this would have been possible if they had 14, but Jeremiah Love to the Raiders would have been an interesting one to see. But I don't know if Love would have liked to have to share a backfield, because he did get most of the workload at Notre Dame. But that's neither here nor there. He's back with the Maxx Crosby is back with the Raiders, and they had a huge free agency. They were spending mounds of money.
Everything they had.
They spent like $300 million on free agents before realizing that they got Maxx Crosby back, and they still can afford him. That is the crazy part.
I still don't buy that whole situation, by the way, where
he failed his physical.
Well, no, not even that. That they're claiming that because of the physical, that's why they chose to pull out of the
Back
deal.
out of the trade.
I think that a better offer came along, and they said, "Oh, I think Trey Hendrickson's a better player than Maxx Crosby."
I think it's the same way. Like I think they were able to get Trey Hendrickson, like he wanted to be there, but it was for like way cheaper. And I think that's why they did the whole physical thing, because everyone knew he wasn't going to pass a physical.
They knew that.
Yeah.
They knew that way in advance. They knew that he had the
That's
leg injuries.
I didn't think about that.
And I think the Ravens just handled this poorly. And you saw every NFL insider was pissed off at the Ravens.
Mhm.
Now,
Yeah.
we've seen people pull out of deals before just because things don't work. Now, I could go back and say, are the Browns having complete buyer's remorse on Deshaun Watson after everything that's happened? But
Oh yeah, they are. They absolutely are.
But at the same time, it just didn't look good from a Ravens standpoint that they had all their ducks lined up in a row. They were going to give two first-round picks, and now all of a sudden that deal blows up in smoke, and it doesn't exist, and they all of a sudden magically have Trey Hendrickson.
Oh, Ben put in here. There was a rumor that both Crosby and Trey were gonna link in together in Baltimore together.
No, that was Trey. Trey thought that him and Max were going to play together. That was the rumor that had come out, but they couldn't afford both guys. There'd be no way.
No, because I do remember Maxx Crosby's contract is like $35 million a year, and for reference, the Ravens got Trey Hendrickson for 28.5, something like that. So that's a pretty significant saving there. But I mean that is our next banner. But so why don't we just go into that, because that's our next banner. I mean, so Trey Hendrickson signed a 4-year, $112 million contract with the Ravens. And before the Ravens came in with the offer that they did, it was rumored that Trey Hendrickson was going to sign with the Colts. Which, why do I feel like Hendrickson has been with the Colts before?
No.
Saints and Bengals.
Saints and Bengals, yeah.
Oh, maybe there's someone that just is similar to him that has been there before. Yeah. So there was all dialogue with the Colts about a deal for Trey Hendrickson, and then for a day it like went quiet, and then the next day he was signed with the Ravens, and I think that was because they got more money, or he got more money from the Ravens, which makes complete sense. But so it's 4 years, 112, and can be
120
for 120. So I want to ask both you guys, do you think that's too much for him being a 32-year-old, or do you like that deal, or what are your thoughts on it?
I have mixed opinions on it, because I love Trey Hendrickson. When he plays a full season, he's getting you 12 plus sacks a year. When he plays a full season, I think last year with the Bengals, he just didn't want to play. And that was the whole thing. Like, he didn't want to be there. Obviously, no one wants to be on that Bengals defense right now, just because how much points they give up.
Sure.
And when he did play a full season with the Bengals, he had 17.5 sacks, and they went to the Super Bowl.
That's true. Yeah.
I think, but yes, he was 28 at the time or whatever.
And now he's 32 or 31.
But, yeah, I think he's 31, but he's going to – it's with the Ravens. For some reason, they always have good players on defense, so he's going to be fine. He's going to be fine. He's not going to get you the 17 sacks that he has, but he might get you the 12 still, and that's all the Ravens need.
Double digits. I think he can get you double digits.
Yeah, I think they overpaid.
I think that's all they need. I do think they overpaid, because they did overpay. That's where I'm like have mixed feelings, but he is very, very good.
Oh no,
Still.
there's no question that he's one of the top guys at his position. That's not the question. It's
Can he stay healthy?
what was the number again? It was 112 million. I think.
112 could be 120.
They overpaid, knowing how badly they need names on that Ravens roster, because right now they just don't have anything. And
Yeah.
their problem is not defense. Can we just admit that now? It's not defense.
You're right. It's not. I mean, last season their defense kept them in games because Lamar was hurt. You know, despite him not telling the media, he would always skip like 1 or 2 days of practice and then play. Then play on Sunday. Like he had something going on with him. I don't know what it was, but it was just insane.
The Ravens went after the wrong line. Their problem is offensive line and wide receiver. They have Zay Flowers. That's it.
Yeah, that's true.
And then they have no offensive line.
I also think Lamar's a fraud, to be quite honest. I do, because, and I know I'm going to get two distinct looks now that I'm saying that, but like, I think Lamar's a fraud because everyone says, oh, he's this amazing guy. He can escape the pocket. He can do all
did
these
escape
things.
the pocket a lot last year. So.
Exactly. Thank you. You're making my point for me that he was not healthy. It was like the mysterious injury for the entire year that no one knew, because he kept getting sacked nonstop for the entire season. And that's not Lamar Jackson football, getting sacked.
Something's wrong with him. Hopefully he gets it fixed and we get to see the old Lamar.
The Lamar of old, where he could just avoid every sack and run around and then like throw a 50-yard bomb down the field to avoid a sack. Like, I don't know I think those days might be over.
I mean, how old is Lamar? He's 29?
He's
28,
29. 29.
Yeah.
I mean, he's still got, gas left in the tank. It's just.
Well, you got to think he's going on his 9th year in the league, right? No.
Yeah,
8th.
but I think he's just taking too many hits. Also,
Yeah.
That's a big one.
But
by the way, Ben does say that he agrees with you, Nick, 100%. However, they probably focus on defense because of the coach they brought in.
Well, yeah, because of Jesse Minter, who's a defensive guy. But I
mean, when you think about it, John Harbaugh is a special teams guy, and somehow he's a head coach. So I mean,
yeah, but at least John Harbaugh has a track record of winning in some aspect.
Yeah.
Well, Jesse Minter's a new guy. I'm kind of surprised that. I mean, I think the ownership kind of just threw John Harbaugh to the curb like a sack of potatoes, rather than.
I mean, and I'm going to say this. I don't think John Harbaugh had a bad season in his last season as the Ravens head coach. It was they were just plagued with injuries. That's not his fault.
No, and they don't have any wide receiver core. That's hurting them too. They just don't have enough wide receiver weapons for Lamar to throw to. It felt like Lamar had to do most of the work, and that's why he got hurt too.
But that's one reason why I think the Ravens are in a good spot now, because in my personal opinion, probably 10 to 15 in terms of draft spots is like that sweet spot for a wide receiver. And I know that Jesse Minter is a defensive minded head coach, but you do need to prioritize the offense when you have Lamar Jackson. So,
like I said, like their running back situation is fine for the most part.
Yeah, they got Derrick Henry. They're fine.
Yeah, Derrick Henry will be fine. I mean, he's getting up there in age because he's been around for a long time, but he will be consistent. He will get his yards. That won't be an issue. But they don't have enough from the wide receiver core where they're just going to stack the box nonstop against the Ravens offense this upcoming season because there's no need to guard the receivers the way they're going at this rate.
No, yeah, you're right. You're right.
Yeah, because you just need to put one person on Zay with the safety, and then you're good.
Like I said, they're going to try and most of this offense is going to run through Derrick Henry, and I think that's going to be a mistake because they don't have enough weapons, and it's going to eat them alive this upcoming season.
It might.
And you can't do that because now they lost their center.
Yeah,
Well, that's another issue in itself.
yeah, they lost their center. They lost their center big time. And we will actually kind of talk about that in a little bit because we do have winners and losers of the NFL free agency as a topic here. But going into the next topic, this one is kind of a you know, kind of a good thing, but also kind of a thing that people have talked about. But AJ Brown is staying with the Eagles at least for this season, because there was rumors that he was looking to get traded, and teams like the Patriots and the oh god, there was one.
Oh, there were so many teams involved. Like there was
every team.
Everybody wanted AJ Brown, even though he's a head case. Like he's a top 5 wide receiver in this game.
I'm gonna say it. I would have loved to see him on the Patriots. I mean, don't get me wrong. I don't want to see the Patriots in another Super Bowl, but I just, Drake May didn't necessarily have that number one guy, last season, even with Stephon Diggs. I don't think Stephon Diggs was necessarily.
Well, now with Diggs gone because of his legal issues going on, that would be a perfect spot, believe it or not, for him to go.
Yeah.
I hate to say this too, but he would fit in a nice bluish jersey also, I think.
The Rams?
No.
Bills?
A certain jersey that you two root for, I think he would fit well in there too.
Oh, the Bears?
Yeah.
Stephon Diggs?
No, I thought we were talking about AJ Brown.
Oh, AJ. Oh. I mean,
I would love it.
I'd love it, but at the same time, it costs a lot. Ben says the Rams would be a good fit.
You would be veteran central between Devontae Adams and AJ Brown. That would be like the mid 2000s wide receiver core going on.
Yeah, the question is, would AJ Brown want to go to the Rams because of the fact that they have so many good weapons there?
No.
Like AJ Brown could only get like 50 targets, because of the fact that they got Puka Nacua, Devontae Adams, who literally is red zone merchant. Like, I mean, he catches every red zone target. It's insane.
Well, that's why I said I think AJ Brown would be a good fit with the Bears because they kind of need. He doesn't have to be a number one there.
He'd technically be the number 3.
He could be a pass catcher there.
He would not be. He would still be the number 1, but
he could be a pass catcher and not have the pressure on him in Chicago.
Yeah, exactly.
Ben still thinks that the Pats get AJ. He says how he doesn't want to budge now because of his cap hit. If they wait until after July 1st, it'll be easier to trade him.
No, Ben's absolutely right because I said this on a forecast episode during the season that I think AJ would be a great fit in New England, but they have to make the money work. That's a whole different issue.
No, yeah, right, exactly. That's the big issue.
And I don't know if AJ Brown's going to have issues like with a younger quarterback in Drake May, even though Drake May's proved himself plenty. So there's really no issue there. But AJ has a problem with everybody. That's just how he rolls.
Yeah, he's kind of a lot. I mean, I hate to use this term, but he can be a locker room cancer a little bit.
I would say he's the legal version of AJ Brown. If that
Antonio
makes
Brown.
I mean Antonio Brown. Sorry,
yeah.
He's the legal version of Antonio Brown. And people are gonna hear me say this, like, what the hell does that mean? And I'm like, he's a cleaner version of AJ Brown. Antonio Brown. Sorry, Antonio Brown.
Yeah, and Ben also says that the Eagles are asking a first and a second right now, and that after July 1st, that's not happening.
They're not getting that.
Honestly, how old is AJ?
It's just because of the DJ Moore trade.
Same
age as DJ Moore.
He's 28.
20. Yeah. Okay, well that's younger than I thought.
So did I. I thought he was 30.
I thought he was 32. But Ben is right. I mean, or Michael, you're right. I mean, they are asking for a first and second because of the amount of trade compensation people have gotten for certain receivers, like the Bears got a second round draft pick for DJ Moore. Now, I will say this: I do think that that's because the Bills were desperate to get a number 1 receiver for Josh Allen. But
AJ Brown is a better wide receiver than DJ Moore.
Yeah,
let's call it spade a spade.
I agree with you. I agree with you.
yeah,
I'm not
it's.
disagreeing with you.
I
So
think
you-
it's just with like the capital DJ Moore got with that second that's why the Eagles want that first.
Well,
And
but at the same time, I think
another
AJ wherever AJ goes, he's going to make an instant impact wherever he goes.
Yeah.
I think that's why they want a first round pick, because they're giving up a huge part of their receiver core. And it's one less weapon for Jalen Hurts, which it's going to be
He
interesting to
doesn't
see.
use them.
No, but it's going to be interesting to see if AJ's not there, how that team changes, though.
Yeah, that is gonna
Yeah.
be interesting. But oh no. The thing about if AJ Brown eventually does go to the Pats, the Patriots did sign a receiver in free agency. They signed Romeo Dobbs, which I mean I kind of think
That was an overpay.
That was a clear overpay.
I do think that they did overpay him because they paid him like what $68 million, $70 million, something like that.
It was like close to
72.
70. Yeah.
But I saw that. I'm like, I mean, that's
I think it was
a
72.
that's a good replacement for Diggs because Ben says that apparently Dobbs is reportedly the Diggs replacement, and AJ has a different skill set we still need on the outside. So Ben is commenting a lot of helpful facts right now for me because I
It looks like 4 years, 68 million with the potential to be up to 80.
wow, yeah, that's a lot.
That's a clear overpay.
It's just way too much.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people have been overpaying in free agency, but that's also what happens in free agency because not a lot of star power guys usually reach free agency, so they're overpaying for middle of the road talent. But we'll talk about that in a couple minutes. But why don't we go into the next topic, which is honestly, in my personal opinion, the most interesting topic of our plethora of topics today, and that is Tua Tagovailoa and Michael Penix are going to have to battle for the starting job in Atlanta. Michael just got kicked out. Hopefully everything's okay.
Yeah.
But this is interesting because Tua Tagovailoa is going to get paid the league minimum because the Dolphins are paying like $99 million for him.
Dead cap, 99 million. Yeah.
And I think they're paying him like $54 million not to play there.
Just this year. Yes.
So like literally Tua Tagovailoa is not hurting at all. I mean,
No.
I mean, he could literally buy a 10,000 square foot house for $40 million and still be fine. Because he's got the $55 million that the Dolphins are paying him to play elsewhere. But here's the thing: Michael Penix again tore his ACL, or another knee ligament. I always get the ACL and Achilles messed up. I never know which one is which. So
Torn ACL.
Torn ACL, and it's in the same knee that he tore in college. So
Yeah.
he's gonna need to get another replacement. So I don't think that that Penix is gonna at least start the season. So I do think that Tua will start the season as the starting quarterback.
It's a flyer. It's literally a flyer. Literally.
Yeah, no, it is. It is. Yeah, it's a 1 year, $1.3 million, vet minimum deal.
Tua has nothing to lose either because, like we said, he's getting his money. He's going to be paid $54 million regardless of wherever he goes. And on top of it, I don't know if Tua will ever be the guy
again. Yeah,
I don't know if he'll ever be the guy. Like because Penix is kind of a disaster right now because of injuries. Like that's kind of why he was able to fit as a starter. Like I thought Tua was going to get a look in Minnesota. Until Kyler signed there.
Mm-hmm.
But
yeah, Kyler with Minnesota might be dangerous because
it's a good fit. it's a good fit again on a 1-year flyer because he's going to get paid out by Arizona. But
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, is this really a quarterback battle? I think it's Tua's job. I think.
I think it is Tua's job to lose. I mean, because I in my personal opinion, I bet that Michael Penix does not start the year. I bet that he goes into, um um the year still hurt. And I think that Tua will have a couple of weeks where he is just the given starter, and hopefully Tua can make it work and show that he can be serviceable, for a year with the Falcons. But here's the thing. The thing that's a little scary for me with the Falcons, they did not have like a huge long-term signing during
No.
free agency. They had, I think their biggest deal was like a 2-year, $15 million deal to a receiver. I don't even remember what the receiver's
Because
name
they're
was.
rebuilding. That's essentially what the Falcons are doing right now. They're rebuild mode, so they're looking at short-term contracts to kind of clear the books.
Yeah.
And
No, I get that. I mean, because again, they did release Kirk Cousins, and he had a $18 million cap hit.
it was a massive hit. I mean, I could look that up. But
Yeah, I can't remember the cap hit off the top of my head, but
$22.5 million dead cap hit.
ooh, wow,
And
yeah,
actually, his contract is going to be dead capped for 26 and 27. The way it.
wow. Okay, that's huge.
So I don't know. I mean, Kirk Cousins was never the fit in Atlanta. They should have never signed him. They overpaid him. It didn't work out.
Yeah,
And by the way, Penix is on his third knee injury since 2018. By the way,
right.
I don't think he's ever going to be a healthy starter in
Oh
Atlanta.
God, no. And honestly, so you were somewhere during during that draft with Michael Penix, the 2024 draft. So you weren't on the live stream for the draft, but Tom was in charge that year.
Oh, that's when I was in Disney. Yeah.
He and I went crazy when it was announced that when Penix was drafted, because they just literally signed Kirk Cousins to a 4-year, $180 million deal.
Oh, it was fully guaranteed, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, it was. And the coach and the GM, go talk to the owner, and everyone is like making speculation that they're telling the owner that, oh, this is going to be like a Aaron Rodgers, Brett Favre situation where Kirk Cousins will teach him, and in a couple years he'll turn into a great superstar. That is not true. That is complete opposite of what happened. They're going to be searching for their next quarterback in a couple years. I guarantee you that. I mean, it might even be next year, because I mean, now when Kevin Stefanski was hired as the head coach for the Falcons, I liked it. But the thing that I'm curious about is how, are people going to actually take him seriously? Because I don't know if I've seen him be the the big name, or the serious type of head coach that you need to win. I mean, because he was with the Browns. The Browns are automatically set up for failure because of because of the Deshaun Watson trade, the huge contract that he was given. I mean, now they have like 5 quarterbacks in there that are going to be battling for whoever Todd Monken wants to be quarterback. Personally,
I don't think Stefanski's a great coach, to be quite honest.
No, I agree with you. I just think that the Falcons have had such a bad rap of head coaches recently.
Oh, they hired the wrong person for the last 5 to 7 years.
Yeah, that they wanted to just get one that was a previous head coach that had experience and could help them. Well, I'm going to put in quotes help them because that's
Oh, look at the coaches, just for sake. Raheem Morris was a joke. They never should have hired him.
and honestly, I think the reason that they did hire him was because he was their interim for a couple of weeks, and
He's a great defensive coach. That's what he is.
they just wanted a familiar face. I
Yeah,
think
but he was great as a defensive coordinator. Don't mess with things that are working. I mean, same thing with oh my God, why am I forgetting his name all of a sudden? Robert Saleh, where
Right.
he's now the Titans head coach. I think that's a disaster waiting to happen. He should have stayed with the Niners. He was doing really well as the 49ers defensive coordinator and should have just
Sure.
stayed there.
sure.
I mean,
no, yeah.
But look at the Falcons head coaches, okay? Raheem Morris, last 2 seasons, disaster.
Uh-huh.
Arthur Smith, disaster. Now
Uh-huh.
where is he? In Ohio State.
That's it.
Dan Quinn, okay, he made it to the Super Bowl, but that was the disaster against the Patriots.
Yeah, and he made it work, but then literally, Kyle Shanahan leaves to be the 49ers head coach, and he's immediate success. I mean,
Right.
and then I don't even remember who Dan Quinn replaced him with when Shanahan left.
Oh, I don't remember. But where is Dan Quinn now? He's with
The
Commanders, right?
Yeah, the Commanders.
And he had a good season and a bad season.
Yeah,
So, and the bad season's not his fault. Fully.
it was more of Kingsbury's fault, honestly,
Well,
because
that and also Jaden Daniels got hurt.
yeah, Jaden Daniels got hurt. First of all, I don't know how that injury was not worse than it looked, because that looked so bad on screen.
Because again, he's another one that doesn't avoid the hits either.
Yeah,
Yeah. He's got great legs like Lamar, but they don't avoid the hits all the time, and then they get destroyed
right.
hit wise, and then it affects them.
No,
But-
yeah, you're right.
I don't know. Atlanta's like you could put a giant question mark on the Falcons the way they've ran operations, because
Sure.
are they rebuilding? Are they resetting? But they're not really resetting because they haven't done much the last couple
Right.
of years.
Yeah, right.
And like they became a laughingstock when they blew the 28 to whatever lead,
3 lead, yeah,
28 to 3 lead. They should have won that Super Bowl easily.
right,
And that was pretty much the end of them making a run ever.
right.
But I don't know what to do with the Falcons. And now they're on their 4th head coach in 7 years or whatever.
Uh-huh.
And don't get me wrong. And the reason Stefanski got like way overvalued is because he won 2 head coach of the years in Cleveland.
Yeah. Yeah, that's why.
And Cleveland hasn't done shit. Like, what has Cleveland done? They have nothing to show.
Yeah, I mean, Kevin Stefanski, he got coach of the year. I think during that coach of the year, he went 9-8.
Yeah,
something.
I don't consider a 500 record a head coach of the year, to be honest with you.
No, it's not. It's
I
not.
think people feel bad. They felt bad for Stefanski. Like, so they gave him the
Yeah, that's true.
head coach of the year. And like
A head coach of the year, a good head coach of the year is Mike Vrabel. That was a great coach of the year. You know,
What were they 14-3? Yeah.
yeah. I mean, that was the right option for coach of the year.
I mean, there was a few options. Like I wouldn't have been upset if the Jaguars head coach had won it, or
That's a good one.
who else was on that list?
Ben Johnson was on the list.
I mean, if he had won it, I wouldn't have been mad about it either, because they had a really good year.
Yeah, but he probably would have had to win like 2 more to be like top of the list. But I mean, I'm gonna say I didn't expect 9. I didn't expect 11-7 in Ben Johnson's first year. I expected 9-8. I would have been happy with that.
I'm kind of surprised McDonald didn't get a little more attention for
That's a good one. Yeah, that's a good one.
coach of the year, because again, he also went 14-3, and like
Actually won the Super Bowl.
is it strange to say though that it was kind of like a quiet 14-3 though in Seattle?
No, it's not strange
Because like no one talked about it at all.
yeah, and honestly, most of their wins, I mean, came from the defense.
I mean, you know what it is though. Like, I mean, I'm happy. I'm happy for Ben and that Vrabel won Coach of the Year.
Uh-huh.
But at the same time, and we talked about this on Forecast. We were all there talking about it.
Yeah.
People got to lay off on the scheduling nonsense. Like, just
You're given what schedule you're given. It's not
like
and
you win the games that are on the piece of paper. That's it. Like, if you go 14-3 and you manage to prove your schedule was easy, then you did your job as a team, winning
yeah,
those games.
yeah, it's not your like a coach can't choose what their opponents are.
The only thing that gets affected every year is the strength of schedule, depending on where you finish in the year. That's it.
Yeah. And
So
like last year.
Seattle's schedule is going to be a nightmare going into next year because they won the Super
Yeah.
Bowl.
Yeah, and here's the thing. They lost a lot of key pieces because their players that just won the Super Bowl.
Well, Kenneth Walker, which we talked about right off the top.
Kenneth Walker was a big one. Kobe Bryant was another big one on defense, which I am very happy that he's in Chicago now.
They
But
almost lost Shaheed. Almost.
almost, yeah. But they got him back for 3 years and $51 million.
By the way, that was an incredible pickup for Seattle at the deadline. I mean,
Yes, it was and here's the thing, like when he was finally signed back by Seattle, it took him a couple days. It wasn't just like right when free agency opened. It
I
was
thought he was going to test free agency at one point. I thought.
I did too. And I think he did, but I think he realized that going back to Seattle was the best place for him, even though if he left Seattle, I do know where he probably would have gone. And I think it would have been Las Vegas.
Wasn't he there?
No, he was with
He was with the
Orleans.
Saints. Yeah.
With New Orleans, and was that it? Was that it before? I think that was it before. Yeah.
See, I don't remember. I'm just looking it up because I thought he was with the Raiders at some point. Oh no, you're right. Okay, so he was with Seattle and the Saints. Okay. To be honest, the Ravens should have been knocking down his door. They should have.
Yeah.
Like that would have been a great fit. Would it have been a perfect fit? No. But it would have given Lamar another weapon.
No, Mendoza.
Oh, you're talking about Mendoza?
Yeah, because that's who the Raiders are going to draft.
No. I'm saying I think that if the Ravens were smart, they should have knocked down the door of Shaheed and tried to get him.
Oh, okay. That's a good point because one of the things about the Ravens is they don't have that speedy wide receiver, and that's what
he would have filled a huge gap on their receiver end, both for speed and for catching reps. I think that would have been a great.
Yeah, no, you're right. And the reason that I think the Raiders would have been a good fit for him is kind of an obvious one, but is because Clint Kubiak is now the head coach for the Raiders, and he has signed. I mean, they have had a huge free agency, but all the money that they've spent has been pretty much on defense. And I understand that. I mean, you somehow get Maxx Crosby back because of a failed physical. I put that in air quotes because we don't know if that's actually true. Because I mean, he's recovering from a meniscus surgery and a meniscus injury, so he was gonna fail the physical.
True.
But since we're going into that, why don't we just go talk about this? I mean, the Raiders have spent like $300 million on free agents, and they have made a couple of offensive signings with Tyler Linderbaum, who literally reset the market for centers like by a lot. Before Linderbaum got his $27 million, it was Creed Humphrey at $18 million. So the next, I mean, Tyler Linderbaum to get, basically double the amount of money that um Creed Humphrey got to go to the Raiders. That was insane. But I mean, another thing was sorry, Michael's Wi-Fi is back on, so he's gonna try and rejoin here.
Well, I'll give you another team if you're interested. I would say the Giants were a big winner in free agency. Also.
Yeah.
I mean,
that's a great one.
Now, some of it was very John Harbaugh based.
Oh, sure. Okay, I got him.
You got it? Okay.
Yeah.
But I would say the Giants are a huge winner in free agency, but it also was a little John Harbaugh bias that went down.
But like, for example, I really like Isaiah Likely to the Giants. That made a ton of sense.
Great move.
I mean, Jackson Dart is going to need some weapons, and I mean, even though he already got, Cam Scadaboo and Malik Neighbors, but Neighbors is going to be a question because he's going to be coming back from an ACL injury.
I like Darnell Mooney too. I think that's a great move too.
And actually, it's funny that you mentioned that. I think the reason that Darnell Mooney went there was because of Matt Nagy. Matt Nagy and Darnell Mooney kind of made a very good relationship during their couple years together.
Well, I mean, I know they have a connection, but if people are going to the Giants, it's because of Harbaugh, not because of Nagy.
I agree with you. But
the Giants, I think, were a huge winner. That's the most signings I've seen the Giants have in years in the offseason. It's kind of crazy, the amount of signings. I wish the Jets would wake up and say, "Hello, we're here." Like, can we do something? But
I mean,
they tried.
They have made a lot of signings.
What? Wait a minute. I want to hear this. Tried what?
I mean, they traded for Minka. They signed a couple guys that
they traded
because their quarterback situation is so great.
Yeah, they got Geno. He's good.
You already heard everyone across this network already heard me sound off about Geno Smith being back in this.
Hey,
I don't understand it. I still don't know why they didn't go. Even like Kyler Murray.
And I don't even think that would have been a great move because I don't think he would have fit in.
Though.
It's better. Agreed. Not questioning whether it's better, but I don't think he fits in what the Jets want to do offensively.
No,
either.
No, he probably doesn't.
I think that would have been a disaster waiting to happen. But you trade. Why didn't you just wait for him to hit the scrap heap before giving up draft picks?
I mean, what did they give up? They gave up a seventh.
They gave up a seventh, and then I think like another like a weird like compensatory pick or something. Yeah. Why trade
like a
anything?
6th round or something.
He was going to get cut anyway. If you really wanted him that bad, just wait for it to get cut, and then you could have paid him the veterans minimum. You have to pay him all the money too.
Oh, I forgot about that. Yeah.
Yeah, because he robbed the Raiders. They gave him like $58 million in his first year.
I mean, when he signed the original deal with Seattle, right? Like he played well. Then he kind of got hurt towards the end of his time in Seattle, and then he got traded to the Raiders, which was a shocker out of nowhere.
Well, I think that was because of the fact that Pete Carroll didn't really want to break in a new quarterback, and maybe he knew that maybe Pete Carroll kind of knew that he was like the stopgap option coach for a year.
Well, Pete Carroll should have never have come back. Number one, he should have just like and I hate to say this because it's going to sound partially ageist, but he's too old to be a head coach in this league right now.
I agree, but the reason that Pete Carroll was the head coach for the Raiders was because I think they did put all their eggs in the Ben Johnson basket, and he chose the Bears. Thank you. But after that, they realized that
who put their eggs in? You're saying the Raiders wanted Ben Johnson?
Yeah, the Raiders wanted Ben Johnson.
You really think Ben Johnson was ever going to the Raiders?
Well, I mean, if Tom Brady had a bigger say, maybe. I mean, but
Tom Brady is a figurehead for the Raiders organization. Can we just admit that now, please?
Yeah,
you're right.
You're right. There. to say
I'm
he's
going to
there.
look this up because I want to know what his ownership stake is in the Raiders.
5%.
5%.
Oh, it is 5%. Okay. So he really has no say. Can we just
No.
admit that now?
He
Like,
doesn't have a say. He
like-
doesn't have a say.
He's got a 5% say.
so it says he has roughly 5% stake, part of a 10% total stake with partner Tom Wagner. So I guess he's part of a 10% total package, but he owns personally 5%. Whatever that means. And technically, he's not supposed to own anything because he's a Fox broadcaster. So he's not supposed to own anything.
Yeah, but going back to this, going back to what Bear says, I mean, some other winners, I would say, oh God,
What'd you guys say were winners already? I missed this. Raiders,
Giants,
Titans.
Titans. I don't even know if I would call them winners. I would just say they drunkenly overspent. I would say.
Going to the,
and you have the last two head coaches of New York running the sidelines now.
That is true, which could get very risky there.
That sounds like a disaster between Salah and
Dable.
Yeah.
You know who's a loser? Like a big loser? But I don't think it's going to matter.
Who?
The Packers.
Oh, that's a good point.
That's a big one. Yeah.
They lost. Yeah, they lost a bunch of pieces, but honestly, they're still the Packers. It's annoying. I hate them, but they're still the Packers, so they're still going to win 9 to 10 games.
I'm gonna put this team on the winning side for what they had. But I mean, I think the Bears, just because of the amount of money they had, they still made some contributing signings, in my personal opinion. On the side,
I agree. I don't think we're winners. I just think we're like middle. It's like a middle of the road type of signing. I love their signings. Don't get me wrong; they filled what we needed. But
the DJ Moore move shocked me though a little.
I had a feeling that was going to happen. Like it wouldn't have happened if we didn't get Luther.
Yeah, that's
Who's the number one wide receiver there now?
Rome, probably.
Rome.
Okay.
Rome, when he stays healthy, he was
I
number
happen to
one.
like Rome. I think Rome's a good player. I just don't know if he can stay healthy to be a one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As much as DJ Moore took shit, like at least he was a consistent player and could stay out there.
Yeah, but here's the thing: you can't pay a receiver $28 million to have 700 yards.
Okay, but everyone's got cap issues right now. That they're not the only one that has cap issues. Like you have to decide whether it's worth it or it's not to bring somebody in. All wide receivers this free agency period were overpaid. I think Mike Evans was completely overpaid. Like
I didn't think he signed that deal that long. I thought he would.
I think Alec Pierce is so overpaid.
Oh God, the Pierce contract was ridiculous.
The highest free agency signing from a wide receiver.
What did he get? 100, 115 or 120?
Yeah, some 114, I think.
Would you guys put the Colts as a loser?
I'd put him as a big loser.
Oh, they overpaid Daniel Jones too.
Yeah, they did that too. They gave him $44 million.
I mean, they fell for that hook, line, and sinker, saying that Daniel Jones was going out there asking for $50 million a year, and the Colts fell right for it.
Yeah, he gets 50. I think he gets 50 million in the first year, and then 38, and then.
So I looked up the deal, Michael. So it's 4 years, 114 for Pierce, 116 max, 84 million guaranteed.
Yep, that's where it got bad. The 84 mil guaranteed.
Well, and it's 60 million fully guaranteed at signing.
Oh.
That's crazy.
I mean, don't get me wrong. He's good. Like,
he's a great
just had
player, but is he a number one?
No,
he
absolutely not.
He just had his 1,000-yard season. Like this,
and even if he had 1,000 yards, every year that he's been in the NFL, I think he's either had 50 receptions or less than 50 receptions a year.
Well, you're paying him. He's a deep ball guy.
You're paying him like he's a number one. That's what that contract stipulates.
You're paying him as a number one when he is a strictly deep ball threat.
He's a deep ball guy and maybe like a third down guy, like that could save you like a third and long.
Yeah, I think all his yards were off deep balls.
They were. I would say 85 to 90% of it was.
I was going to say that.
So I'm looking at his stats. 2022, 41 receptions on 78 targets.
Rookie year.
2023, 32 on 65. 2024, 37 on 69, and 2025, 47 on 84. And for yards in 2022, 593, 2023, 514, 2024, 824, and this year, 1,003.
Yeah.
I mean, they're not great years. I mean, they're good years, but they're not great years.
They're not worth $28 million a year.
No, not even
No,
close.
That's not even close.
And by the way, I looked up the Daniel Jones contract because you were asking about it. It's 2 years, $88 million. That could be worth up to $100 million. Deal includes $50 million guaranteed at signing. There's that number again. With $60 million guaranteed for injury. This guy's not worth $50 million at signing.
No,
he's not.
Played half a good year and one good game in the playoffs with the Giants.
I mean, it annoys me because like when obviously they start 9-0 and there's all these Super Bowl aspirations for the
trade for Sauce. They trade for Sauce.
Which
they don't have 2 first-round draft picks for the next 2 years. They don't have a first-round draft pick for the next 2 years.
And by the way, I will still argue and debate that one to this day whether that was a.
Hey, but that's good for your team.
Yeah. But they completely killed the Jets killed our team after they did that. But not that it mattered because it seems like the Jets are rebuilding every single year. But
it's okay. Maybe maybe the Jets will do something with the picks.
No, I don't trust them with picks.
They had 2 good draft picks. They had Garrett Wilson and Sauce. Those are 2 good draft picks.
Yes. Look at how Sam Darnold turned out in their organization.
That is true.
And now he wins a Super Bowl. I don't know who that hurts more, to be quite honest, by the way. The Vikings or the Jets?
The Vikings. Hurts the Vikings a lot more.
It probably hurts the Vikings a lot more.
Because he just went 14-3 with them or whatever it was.
Actually, he had what is he? Him and Tom Brady are the only ones that back-to-back 14-win seasons?
Sounds about right.
I think that's right.
But the Daniel Jones contract, though, the Colts are huge losers. I'm agreeing with Michael on this one because they're spending all this money and they're not even going to make a Super Bowl.
No, they might maybe make the playoffs.
They might win one game and then they're going to get destroyed by somebody.
If they don't make the playoffs, I'll tell you, Shane Steichen's going to get the boot. I mean,
and it's honestly, not his fault either.
Honestly, the reason that he's still here with the Colts is because of the 9-0 start.
Yeah, but again, that's the point I was making before. I'm glad you put that back up. So they go 9-0, the Super Bowl aspirations, everyone is going nuts over the Colts. And then he gets hurt, their season implodes, and they ended up not making the playoffs, right?
No.
So
they didn't win a game.
That's crazy that they started 9-0 and didn't make the playoffs, by the way. But that shows you how bad they were without him. But I just find it funny, like that people say, "Oh, well, they were going to be a Super Bowl team." Hello, 9-0, injury, fallacy of predetermined outcome. That they thought they were going to be this big team. Like, did we really think they were going to have an undefeated season with Daniel Jones starting 9-0?
No. I mean that goes to show, how, like, for example, with, you can start off with a great game, like for example, with the 28-3 thing, you can start off, having a huge lead or a huge, record advantage, but then, someone flips the switch in a halftime speech or your team has huge injuries that derail your team and it gets flipped around on you. I mean, 28-3 is a perfect example.
And that was my point from earlier, like that you have to play a full game in the NFL. Like you can't play one half and then say, "Oh, I'm going to take the second half off."
An NFL game is 60 minutes. You have to play all 60 minutes to win. I mean, I'm gonna say it.
Bears tried.
The Bears tried for that whole Rams game, but like also some games that we played this season, our opponents would play 45 minutes of football and then take the fourth quarter off, and then we'd win. Like the Giants, for example. That's a big one. They were winning, and then Caleb Williams gets into the fourth quarter and literally just is like, screw this, I'm winning this game.
To be honest, though, if you want to go off that theory, you guys could have won another 2 or 3 games, to be honest.
Absolutely.
Because think about how many games did you guys lose on last-second field goals?
2 or 3.
I know we lost the Vikings the first game against the Vikings off that.
Let me frame it this way. How many games came down to a last-second field goal?
A lot.
Every single one.
That's what it felt. It felt like what was the joke you made every single week? It was like heart attack football, like every single
Cardiac
week?
Bears.
Cardiac Bears.
Because there was no way, like you guys were either up a field goal or trailing, and you had to get into field goal range just to make it a game.
Yeah. So we've got one more topic that's a little interesting for me. So the NFL is trying, what this banner means is they want to play games in Australia, right? That's what that means.
So it is confirmed they are playing games in Australia. I don't know if you guys saw the news that there's a lot of NFL rights being redone early, and so the NFL's already gone back to CBS, and they already want to redo their deal. There's like 4 or 5 years left on the deal. They're redoing them this offseason already. And they want, like, I think CBS is paying like $2 billion a year. They want a 50 to 60% increase on the CBS deal.
Wow. Okay.
Per year.
All right.
Damn.
So now the news comes out that the NFL is trying to sell Australia, which they already announced. I think they're playing a game in Australia this year, if I'm not mistaken. I think it's opening week, if I'm not mistaken. But they want to sell it as part of a
big time zone thing.
Yes, it's 49ers Rams, I think, is playing in Australia.
I think that's right. That's right. Yeah.
But they're trying to sell that Australia game as part of like a 4 or 5 game package, like to YouTube or to Netflix or
wow.
Like they're trying to build a whole nother package. So get ready. If you're already confused about how many platforms the NFL is on, you might have to add officially a YouTube package to that list too.
I'm not going to YouTube to watch a football game.
It's free. I think it's going to be free. Those YouTube games are going to be free. Like you just go to YouTube and you turn them on.
That makes it better, at least.
But it's still confusing to remember the amount of platforms you need if you want to watch every single football game.
You need Prime. You need Peacock now. You need
Netflix.
Netflix or Fubo or whatever like live stream,
Red Zone
you use.
Red Zone.
There's like 10 now.
But imagine if they actually come up with an exclusive YouTube package, though, like that.
Wow.
But that's where we're heading, though.
Who knows? They might for the YouTube Plus people. It might be for the NFL. They might add it there.
Yeah.
So you got to pay $20 a month. Or whatever.
The thing that's annoying me, though, is people say, well, just wait. They're going to put the Super Bowl behind a paywall. It's never going to happen. Never.
Why would they do that? No one is ever going to want to watch the Super Bowl if it's going to be behind a paywall.
Well, that's not true. I disagree with that.
I would pay for it.
I would pay for it. But
well, how much would you pay? I guess.
Doesn't matter. I'd watch the Super Bowl.
You
I'll
would
split it with people.
Yeah, exactly. Like that's where I think the theory would come from. If they started charging, that they're going to say, "Oh, people are going to split it like 5-10 ways," and they're going to say, "Okay, 10 ways. Maybe if it's what."
My dad used to have the NFL ticket, but now he doesn't.
Well, that went away, but and they're still fighting a class action lawsuit over the NFL ticket. Do you remember? Because of the exclusivity rules and all that stuff.
I did not know that
because of the price. But I don't know. Like, what would you say, Michael? somewhere like $100.
Yeah,
maybe.
it's like $100 split between 5 to maybe 10 people if you can
Hey,
get
in
10.
the long run, $10 to $20 a person is
Yeah.
really not that much. Like
No,
No, it's not.
I would do it.
that's really not that bad. But at the same time, I do understand a lot of NFL fans who would be discouraged by the fact that the NFL is a huge, the Super Bowl is a huge event, and they're going to start charging for it. Some fans are going to be like, "F you, I'm not paying for this." Like, and to be honest, would I blame them? No, but then you're missing out on the biggest event of the year. Period.
Yeah,
Mhm.
exactly.
Now, one caveat I would make: if they do charge for it, and the NFL will never do it, they should not put commercials in if they charge for it. But they're not going to do that because they charge what, $2 million, $2.5 million to $5 million for a 30-second commercial spot. So
During the Super Bowl, commercials are millions of dollars.
But wouldn't that be contradicting themselves if they went behind a paywall and then they're putting all these commercials in too?
No, your argument makes sense. Absolutely. It's just, I don't think the NFL.
Or maybe they just do less. Maybe they do less commercials if they go behind a paywall.
Here's what they should do. Like, if they ever did a paywall for the Super Bowl, they should do what Red Zone did. Like,
the side by side stuff. Yeah.
No. Like, just like two or three 30-second commercials throughout the whole game, where it's just minimal commercials.
I mean, the way the NFL could get around it is maybe they just have presenting sponsors if it's behind a paywall.
Yeah.
Like, and this quarter presented by this, or the halftime presented by this, which they already do. But I don't know. First of all, I think this is a moot point because I don't think the Super Bowl will ever end up behind a paywall, because
I don't think it will either.
Their audience will instantly get cut in half because of paywall. People are just not going to pay it. Or they're just going to find a way, and I'm not suggesting this when I say this, but some people are going to find a way to get the stream regardless of not
illegally
paying.
watch it. Watch it. Yeah.
I'm not suggesting that, by the way. I'm just saying.
No one illegally watched the Super Bowl. No one.
Because we just saw the whole situation with Stream East that went down. Well, that guy was an asshole and got caught in Egypt and was trying to sell. What was he selling? Commercial ads on top of streams he didn't own? Like,
I think so.
Yeah.
Can you imagine like doing that type of business? I'm just going to steal the NFL. I'm going to steal all the leagues. I'm just going to sell my own ad revenue over it. Like,
It's crazy.
But I don't know. I think it's a moot point. I think the Super Bowl is always going to, and it's weird because every sporting event, every professional sport, every college sport is heading behind a paywall or digital. But the Super Bowl, I think, will never happen. At least I don't think so.
I don't think it will either.
I don't think it will either. But I think that we're on that we're over our limit. So I think that's the last banner anyway. So it works out well. But thank you guys for watching, all 160 of you. That's great. We will see you next Saturday night to
8 p.m. Eastern, Saturday night. All three of you will be back together.
Me, Michael, and Ben Cruz will be back here.
Hopefully my power doesn't go out.
If it does, at least we'll have. Hopefully, you can get back in, and we'll have Ben. So I'll have someone.
That was Roger Goodell zapping you for some of the stuff you probably said.
Yeah, probably. It's probably the Braxton Jones signing when I went like this on live.
Maybe, but hope you guys enjoyed. Have a good Sunday, or try to make the best of your Sunday, because wherever you're watching this, it might be crummy weather, but try to make the best of it. So
yeah, and before we go, tune into ETB Lounge tonight, 9 p.m. to 11 p.m. Eastern. Nick DiMartino host, so tune into that later on tonight. Obviously, March Madness stuff drops tonight, so we'll get some of that. Not a live show, but we'll get you some of that bracket stuff when it gets revealed.
All right. Go Nick. Go Nick.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. I guess we'll see everybody around.
See everybody around. All right.
All right. See you.
See ya.